If you were to receive an email containing the phrases, "just a friendly reminder," "per our conversation," and "please advise," would you think, sure, that's a nice professional email? Or might you be left feeling a little annoyed? Well, according to a new study in the United States, those phrases rank in the top 10 most passive-aggressive sentences most commonly used in workplace emails. So what should we say and what shouldn't we say? To talk more about that, I'm joined now by Heather Scales, Managing Director at Heartbeat HR Limited in London. Heather, thanks so much for being with us. Help us out here. Hello. What should we be saying and what should we be avoiding using in our emails?
I think what you've got to remember is emails should be the same as spoken voice. I think what happens is what individuals tend to do is hide behind emails. So if they want to deal with conflict, instead of speaking to the person face to face, they will go into an email and write perhaps an email that's not necessarily appropriate. So I think what we've got to think is the basics. How would we want to talk to individuals and like to be spoken to? Then what we do is then translate that on an email to individuals.
Heather, we're seeing some of those phrases on the screen there next to you. I just wonder, sometimes we do just have to use emails in the workplace, right? It's just an easy way to communicate. There's not necessarily any way of getting around it. And some of these phrases, I think, have been used in a way to sort of be faux polite. So what should we do in that case when we do have to write a difficult email? How should we approach that?
You know, some of these phrases like "make sure," "per our conversation," you know, they add that passive aggressive, which is kind of, we've had that conversation before. Why are you asking me again? So really think about what you're writing, because the recipient may possibly receive it and understand it in a different way.
You know, I work here at an international media organisation. A lot of people are using English as a second, third language, for example. Quite a few people were actually really surprised to hear that "kind regards" could be considered as passive-aggressive. Do you think perhaps that in English there's kind of more attention paid, or people feel a little bit more sensitive about this language, and some other languages are maybe a little bit more direct?
I think so, yes. I mean, we probably are more sensitive than other nations that are probably more robust in terms of their communication. You know, for one person, kind regards would be fine. For another, they might take offence. So, you know, people put up on emails best. Is that best wishes, best of luck? So, you know, we have to think about the audience that we're sending the email to.
Just one last point, just to be really clear. I mean, I think I've been using "kind regards" as one step up from saying "best regards," as if to say thank you very much. What would be a good, acceptable, standard, professional way to sign off my email that doesn't risk offending anyone?
Well, I suppose if you look at it in terms of formal letters, you know, we say "yours sincerely," but then that seems a bit too formal for an email. So I think regards is fine. Best regards.
I will stick to that. Heather Scales, some really interesting insights there, and a very genuine thank you for being with us. Thanks, Heather.